Before I get started, I should say that this Star Wars video is made using content from the Legends timeline, meaning content released before April 25th, 2014. Belsavis, also known as Powell, is a frozen planet in the Outer Rim, located at the end of the Belsavis Run hyperspace route. The planet's only notable features are the tropical rifts that are home to a wide variety of exotic flora and fauna. 30,000 years before the Clone Wars, in the pre-Republic era, the Rakadan Infinite Empire built a massive prison consisting of vaults and stasis chambers scattered across Belsavis' surface. The prison was made to house an assortment of monsters, warlords, and even entire species. Basically everything the Rakata labeled as Lords of the Infinite, a term they used to describe any entity that they feared. When the Infinite Empire collapsed around 25,200 BBY, the prison was abandoned, but the warden droids left behind continued to maintain it indefinitely. Around the year 5000 BBY, Belsavis entered an ice age covering the entire planet in snow, apart from the tropical rifts created by the planet's volcanic activity. This ice age remains for the rest of Star Wars history. During the Old Republic era, Belsavis was largely ignored by the galaxy at large, until Republic scientists studying the planet's volcanic activity stumbled upon a section of the ancient prison left behind by the Rakata. With the prison decaying and not properly maintained for many millennia, the Galactic Republic took it upon itself to quietly repair the prison and prevent anything Belsavis contained from escaping. Publicly, Belsavis remained a backwater planet no one ever heard of, but secretly, Republic SIS and a few senators commissioned the construction of the Republic's very own prison complex in one of the tropical rifts. A few attempts were made to explore the tomb, the Republic's name for any part of the planet they didn't control, but all ended in losing contact with anyone unfortunate enough to be sent. Belsavis would be one of the Republic's best-kept secrets, with only a select few ever being aware of its existence. To maintain the planet's secrecy, anyone unfortunate enough to be sent to Belsavis was imprisoned for life, and any offspring the prisoners had inherited their parents' life sentences. During the Galactic War against the Sith Empire, the Republic sent many captured Sith, Mandalorians, and Imperial soldiers to Belsavis. The Republic then began doing tests on the prisoners in the domination experiments, where prisoners were pitted against each other in monitored combat scenarios. Only a few dozen people were aware of the domination experiments, and even most of the prison faculty on Belsavis didn't know they were happening. Despite best attempts to keep the planet secret, rumors started spreading through the criminal underworld that the Republic was operating a deep space black site far into the Outer Rim. Rumors that were proven to be true when prisoners cobbled together a long-range communication device and contacted the Sith Empire, making them aware of Belsavis' existence. Taking the Republic by surprise, the Empire attacked and the planet became a massive battleground. Sith and Imperial ground teams quickly established a landing site that the Empire would use to both rescue Imperial POWs and recruit other prisoners as soldiers into their army. Belsavis was already in chaos, but it only got worse when the Empire began breaking open every vault and cell they came across, accidentally reactivating the ancient warden droids, and releasing many of the monsters that had been locked up since the days of the Infinite Empire. The most notable thing released was the Eshka, a warrior species that attacked anything that they came into contact with. In the Star Wars The Old Republic video game, all 8 classes visit Belsavis in the last third of the base game. While there, players can do story missions to help the Republic or Empire, depending on what type of character they are playing. Republic players help by restoring order to the prison and stopping the monsters that have been unleashed. Imperial players help the Emperor's Guard locate and rescue a group of powerful Sith Lords called the Dreadmasters. In-game updates for Star Wars The Old Republic, the game returns to Belsavis to explore an isolated part of the prison called Section X, and even later to destroy a star fortress belonging to the Zakuulan Eternal Empire. After the battle on Belsavis, the Empire had rescued the Dreadmasters and Imperial POWs, as well as recruited many new prisoners into their army. The Republic, on the other hand, was not so lucky, with a PR and financial nightmare on their hands after the galaxy at large learned of everything that had happened. The Republic ultimately abandoned the prison on Belsavis soon after, and the planet would go back to being ignored by the rest of the galaxy. Many years later, in 88 BBY, Jedi Master Plet settled on Belsavis, in what would later become the settlement Plet's Well. Jango Fett also visited Belsavis at some point in his career, and was temporarily trapped in an underground maze in the years before the Clone Wars. 68 years later, In 20 BBY, the Republic imported flora and fauna from Ithor and officially colonized the world. A year later, in 19 BBY, Master Plet tried to hide a group of younglings in Plet's well after Order 66. The Empire sent a ship, the Eye of Palpatine, after Plet, but the ship was sabotaged by 2 Jedi Knights, allowing most of the Jedi to escape the planet. Not a lot happened on Belsavis during the rest of Palpatine's reign. In the year 6 BBY, an Imperial governor stationed tariff police on the world to deal with an increase in smuggling. In 0 BBY, the Brathlin Corporation built massive domes to grow fruit in. Mara Jade also visited Belsavis in search of rumors of Jedi survivors in the year 3 ABY. After the fall of the Empire, Belsavis was allied to the New Republic, but didn't officially join, choosing to remain an independent colony. In 12 ABY, a shipment of disintegrator rifles was inbound for the planet, but was stolen while on Nar Shaddaa. When informed, the New Republic was more curious why Belsavis would need such weapons in the first place. Later the same year, Raganda Ismarin attempted a coup against the New Republic on Belsavis by making her son Eirik Ismarin the new emperor, but was foiled by Luke Skywalker, Leia Organa Solo, and Cal Staming. As stated earlier, this video is Legends-focused, but Belsavis is mentioned by name 3 times in canon, even if we never see the planet in person in the new timeline. In Legends, Belsavis is located in the Bosni sector of the Outer Rim. In canon, it is in the Sinex Juvex sector of the Mid-Rim. And that is everything on the planet Belsavis, and the role it's played so far in Star Wars as of mid-2021.